What's going on, guys? Bob Buskirk here at Think Computers, and today we're taking a look at a case from Deepcool. It is their Steam Castle, and as the name suggests, this is sort of a steampunk themed case. So let's go ahead and take a look. As we take a look here at the front of the case, you can see that we received the red version of the case. It also comes in yellow, black, and white. As you can see, it has a sort of, it's all plastic here, but it has this sort of reflective plastic look. Either you're gonna like it or you're going to hate it. We do have our Deepcool logo right here, and you can see we have these vents on the side. Again, steampunk design, so sort of made out to look like steam vents here. We do have one 5 1/4 inch drive bay right here for your CD or DVD ROM, and then these vents are not just here for show. There actually is a fan behind here, and you can easily pull the front of this case off. You can see how easy that was to take the front of this off, and you can see that we do have a 200mm intake fan right there. The left side panel of the case has a nice large window here. It is a smoked window, so it's going to be a little bit darker, but if you have lights or something like that in your case, of course, they are going to show up here. And again, it does show pretty much everything that's going to be inside your system. Moving over to the opposite side of the case, this is where you're going to find all of your front panel connections and buttons. So we have a large dial here, and that's going to control the connected fans in the case. Smaller reset button, very large power button. We have hard drive and power activity LEDs, as well as your headphone and microphone connections, 2 USB 3.0 ports, and 2 USB 2.0 ports. At the rear of the case here, you're going to find a 120mm exhaust fan. Now, if that's not large enough for you, you can actually install a 140 here. They do have the holes for it. You have 2 very small water cooling holes here, and you do have your expansion slots. Now, this case will support a Micro-ATX or Mini-ITX motherboard, so you have a couple different options there. And of course, our power supply is going to be mounted on the bottom, and this case does support a full-size ATX power supply. And we do have a fan filter here that comes out, so you can easily clean it and then go ahead and, if I can get it back in there, there you go, get it back in, so you can keep, you know, all the dust and all of that out of your case. And we do have thumb screws on each of the side panels. At the top of the case, we do have these 4 vents. Again, the steampunk logo comes along here. These are made to be steam vents, if you will. There's no fans installed on these, but they do have really cool LEDs, which we'll go ahead and we'll show you in our full review. But we do have LEDs in here, and actually you can take this top off. Again, extremely easy to do. But you can see, if you guys can see that in the video, let me turn it around this way. You can see that all those LEDs are actually here controlled, and there's a central control pod here, and that will actually go to the controls on the side of the case, I believe, and you can control the different colors of the LEDs in here. Now, if I move this out of the way, you can see we do have room for some fans here, so you can install 120 or 140mm fans here. You can actually install a radiator up here as well if you don't need the use of your 5 1/4 inch drive bay. If we take a look inside, we can go ahead and see how everything is set up. Of course, our motherboard tray is up here, and again, this supports Micro-ATX and Mini-ITX motherboards. So you have all that up here, and then we do have a hard drive cage here, and this supports, it looks like 3. You could actually, or no, you probably fit 2 full-size hard drives in there. But these trays do support 2.5 inch and 3.5 inch hard drives. And again, you take them out easy enough to put back in, and you can go ahead and see your power supply will fit down there. It is going to be a tight fit for a good amount of power supplies, especially if they have modular connections. And on top of that, if you have a longer power supply, it is likely that it will not fit down in this spot. And then we can see we have all of our connections here. You do have the internal USB 3.0 connection, as well as all of your other front panel connections, and your fans get connected to these 3-pin connectors right here. I've gone ahead and removed the opposite side panel just so you can get a better look of the motherboard tray and everything else. And it also does reveal we do have another smaller hard drive cage down here, and this will actually support two 2.5-inch hard drives right down here. Again, you can take a good look at everything else. One thing that it might be a concern on this case is cable management, because you don't have a lot of room to really hide cables or get them out of the way. So when we do our installation, we will see how well that goes. But if you have any questions about this case, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. And remember guys, if you like our videos, why don't you subscribe? Catch you guys later.